This is Mr. Beck Does Your Homework. This is AP Physics, Homework 2.6, questions number 5 and 6. Question 5 states, Janet jumps off a high diving platform with a horizontal velocity of 1.78 meters per second and lands in the water 1.5 seconds later. How high is the platform? The acceleration of gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared. It then asks, how far from the base of the platform does she land? So let's start with a picture. So here's my high diving platform. I know Janet is jumping in this direction with a horizontal velocity to begin with, and she's going to fall down and land in the water. So what do I know? She jumps off with a horizontal velocity of 1.78 meters per second. Well, in the x world, her velocity is 1.78 meters per second. That's her initial velocity, her final velocity, all of her velocities. It doesn't change in the x world. In the y world, I might find something different. What is her velocity in the y world? Well, since she jumps horizontally, her initial velocity is 0 in the y world. She lands in the water 1.5 seconds later. Hey, wait, that's time is 1.5 seconds. And time is that superhero that can travel between dimensions, so time is also 1.5 seconds in the y world. She's going to land that much time later, no matter where she is. How high is the platform? The acceleration of gravity is 9.8, so I'm looking for my displacement in the y world. That'll give me how high is the platform. But my acceleration of gravity is negative 9.8 meters per second squared. So with initial velocity, time, displacement, and gravity, I know that my equation is that my displacement is my initial velocity times time plus 1/2 of my acceleration. I'm sorry, I'm filling in the acceleration already. Usually I write down the equation, times time squared. So I've got my displacement is my initial velocity times time. Well, that term goes away because my initial velocity is 0. So I've got 1/2 of negative 9.8 times my time squared, so that's 1.5 squared. And that will give me the height of my platform. Now, you're going to get a negative number here, but it says how high, so you're going to want the absolute value of whatever answer you get, and that'll give you a value for how high is the platform. Question 6 asks, how far from the base of the platform does she land? So now I'm looking for this distance right here, this x. Well, I've got a velocity that she was moving in the x world. I've got a time that she was moving in the x world. So since velocity is my displacement over my time, I know that my displacement is going to be the velocity I was traveling for the amount of time that I was traveling that. So in this case, my displacement is going to be my velocity of 1.78 meters per second times the amount of time I was going was 1.5 seconds. And that'll give you a positive number, and that will be the answer to number 6.